Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to go over 0x Pad. This is a new IDO Launchpad that just did their IDO. You can see that they completed it, and right now the price is trading at around the opening price. Looks like it opened around 0.66 and it's 0.05, I mean 0.066. So it's about at the same level. It is on the Binance Smart Chain. Um, and they already have some IDOs coming out. I'm already aware of Etna Game. Etna Network is a company that's been out for a while. I never looked too deep into them, but um yeah, this is already a crypto project that's out there. So it looks like they're building their first game to be launching. I took a look at Start as well, which it has a lot of what crypto is doing, like what you need to do well in crypto, and that's basically having this whole PR side of things. Looks like Start is also a launch pad in itself, and then they're already launching 5 games as well, which is really cool to see these new launch pads do. I personally got into Plunge Pad and Infinite Launch, which I believe Infinite Launch was super well, and then price tanked. So just be aware that this is a possibility in crypto anyway when you see these launch pads, that even though they're really good looking like Infinite Launch, you don't know what will happen to the price, right? It could be that this one, which seems to me like a really cool idea but not as good as Infinite Launch, may do better, right? So who knows? This is not financial advice. Anyhow, from what I'm seeing, there's a potential. It's if you understand the risk and you're okay with it, then sure, why not try and allocate, and maybe one of these projects do well, right? I think the goal with the launch pad is definitely, as long as one of the projects does super well and say the allocations are big, then that is a huge win that pays for the launch pad easily in itself. So like if you wanted to get into Start, you would look into all of these projects and see if any of them will get traction. And if that's the case, then you would invest in OX pad and go from there. So the beauties of what I'm seeing is it looks like to me that for one, you're gonna get a big allocation, right? Because this is a really big allocation size that they're allowing. But for two, it looks like you may not need a KYC on this. I could be wrong, but maybe they just didn't provide enough information on their website. It looks like you just have some OX 0x pad tokens. Then you ask for the amount that you want, which with this high of a hard cap, you'll probably get it, even if you say like $10,000. So make sure you do your proper research. And then, like go from there. So I'm guessing you can have just a little bit and then you'd be able to allocate a really big amount. Imagine it like this. So let's say you only have one OX pad token and everybody asks for around 200K. Well, if you asked for 50K, you'd probably still get it um just because they need to finish the allocation size of it. As I mentioned, I'm working on my own game, so I've had a lot of insight on how all of this really ends up working, and that's just been really cool for me to see. I also like the fact that the um, TGE is a 50% TGE, which is really big, so you can see very quickly how things will go. Um, so it looks like this is trading at the IDO price, or a little bit less. See that as opportunity or not opportunity, I don't know. But either way, it's pretty much the same price as IDO price. So if you miss that, you'd be able to get in at less than the IDO price. But yeah, the approach I would take again as a recap is I would look into Start and Etna, and if I think that this can get me a big amount of return, I would have to deep dive into the tokenomics. Or if I feel like one of the games within OX Start would do well, then I would get into OXPad's Start IDO, and then I would get into um, the IDOs that they're doing. Say Oh, CoinExpad was like a launchpad that I wasn't super bullish on, but it ended up crushing it. Like it did what 100x or something, something insane. But anyhow, the thing that interests you might be the fact that it looks like there is no KYC needed, and if that's the case, then this would just be something that really helps out a lot for people who can't get into IDO launch pads where they have to oh, looks like there is tiers. Looks like the tiers might be able to get you quite a lot of allocation though. Does look like it looks like it's weighted between the amount of users and holders versus an actual tier. That might be a really cool thing. Anyway, I hope this video helps with understanding this IDO launchpad, and you never know what will happen. Just take a look at CoinExpad. That one did really insane numbers, and their IDOs weren't even that great, and it was part because of the tokenomics. So I think it's really important to understand the tokenomics of something and look into it and see if, say $100,000 gets poured into this, how much will the price go up? And it'll pay obviously to be an early mover in this. So anyway, thank you guys.